Hello everyone, today is the day 8 of the training and here are some assignment questions. So the first question is explain with example different high level points which we write in the test plan. So first one is learn about the software. So before even implementing the testing process, you should completely know about the software and how the software works. So ensure you know each and everything about the software before starting the testing process. Second one is define the scope of testing. So what do we do here in the scope of testing? So whatever is the duration for the process and what all modules, what all functions that needs to be tested should be defined here in the scope of testing. So what all testing on whichever parts the testing should be performed, it should be defined in the scope of testing. So the third one is create test cases. So creation of test cases, it is one of the main tasks when you're developing a software testing document. So creating the test cases, it requires some informations like what all needs to be tested, how it will be tested, who all will be doing the testing, and what are the expected results you need to know here in the create test cases. So what fourth one is the develop a test strategy. So the test strategy defines like how you plan implementing this testing or some process. So the strategy for how all are working in a team should follow the same strategy. So if two testers or three testers are performing in a team, they should have the same strategy for testing the process. Fifth one is define test objectives. So what are the objectives here we are going to look at? So you are going to see what are you are going to test the knowing features. You are going to test the new implemented features. You are going to perform some tests, exploratory tests. So you are ensuring that the stability is maintained throughout the process. Here you are going to define in the test objective phase. So choose testing tools. So before implementing the testing process, you need to like choose the right tool for testing it. So if you're testing some software, you're going to make sure you have chosen the right tool for performing testing on that particular software. So if you're going for some hardware thing, so you can make use of the tool like some machines and all. So choosing a right testing tool is also a very important job here. So finding bugs early. So why do we need to find bugs early? Because if you have already found this bug early, this will make easier and cheaper for the process to be tackled at the very early stage. So leave your time in your planning like document for a fixing section. So this will allow us you to identify with the software early and on before they make it. After if you're making it, it might be too problematic. So you are going to define your test criteria. So there are two types of test criteria. One is the suspension and another is the exit. So what is suspension criteria? So suspension criteria are criteria that are met before testing can stop. So for example, you may want to suspend testing if a certain amount of bugs have already been found, so or if the software is unable to process due to some problems, performance issues and all. So suspension criteria is performed at that stage, and exit criteria is like once all the bugs are fixed properly and everything is running in a smooth process, then you're going to go for exit criteria. The ninth one is resource planning. So, in the software testing document, we include a resource planning that will list the number of people required for the testing process. This should be detail what each person's role is and all. Everything is done in resource planning. So, plan your test environment. So, what we are going to do here, it includes information about the environment where testing will take place, such as you're going to test the hardware required for the product testing, size required for the software and servers, so platforms which are supported by the product. So everything will be done here in plan your test environment. So schedule and estimate. So in this, schedule and estimate, it includes a schedule that you should follow. So for specific deadline. So for everything, if you are performing testing, so some deadlines need to be given. So before that deadline, you should finish the testing process. 12th one is the test deliverables. So your testing document should include a list of all the deliverables required for testing. This should be linked to the steps of your schedule. So everyone should know exactly when they should be ready. 13th one is the test automation. So if your software is particularly it is complex and it requires a vast number of test cases, so you may want to consider for a software test automation. So automation is the process. It makes testers easy. So testers can accomplish more in less time. Second question is explain boundary value analysis with an help of with an help of example. So what is boundary value analysis? So I have taken an example where consider it to be an application where it will accept the values between 18 to 56. So some boundary value is given. So 18 from 18 to 56. So beyond 18, minimum 18 to maximum 56, you have to give your age. So if you are giving some value to be 17, so it is beyond 18, so it will be invalid. And if you are giving the value which is greater than maximum, that is 57, that will be invalid. So if you are giving the values in between 18 to 56, that is the valid number. So boundary value analysis means you are going to consider the boundary values. So boundary value analysis works like this. So the third one is explain equivalence partitioning with the help of an example. So how do we do equivalence partitioning? So I have taken an example to explain this. So we are going to enter an OTP. So what here the OTP must include 6 digits. So I have done some partitioning here. So I have taken digits which are greater than or equal to 7. So digits which are less than or equal to 5. So digits which are equal to 6 and digits which are equal to 6. So what is partitioning? I have done some partitioning here. So my data set should include the 6 digit number. So I can consider both of this, the digits which are equal to 6. So these two data sets can be taken for my equivalence partitioning. So if I enter any value that is lesser than 6 or greater than 6, it will not be taken. So it should include the value 6 digits. So the fourth question is explain the difference between smoke and sanity testing with with the help of an example. So what is smoke testing and what is sanity testing? So sanity testing is used to verify whether the newly added feature or functionalities or bugs, etc., are working fine or no. And smoke testing is used to perform or it is used to ensure that the critical functionalities of the applications are working fine or no. And in sanity testing, the testing is done when the build is relatively stable. And this testing is done at the initial levels. The smoke testing is done at the initial levels. Sanity testing is usually performed by the testers, and smoke testing is performed by developers or testers. Sanity testing is called a subset of regression testing. Smoke testing is called a subset of acceptance testing. So sanity testing, it is done after completion of regression testing. Smoke testing is done on every build. So I have taken an example here to explain this. So when it is in the initial build and it is not stable, you are going to go for smoke testing. So here you are going to verify the main functionality, but not in so much of depth. And you are going to go for sanity testing at the end of the phase of SDLC life cycle, that is software development life cycle. And when the build is relatively stable, you are going to go for sanity testing. So in sanity testing, you're going to verify the bugs, those were fixed in the previous build, and whatever new features are added, you're going to check it here in sanity testing. So if both the test cases are passed, then you're going to go for the next phase or the next testing. So these were the assignment questions. Thank you, everyone.